All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Space Brothers, episode 91.
Hibito.
Oh, yeah, Hibito.
Okay, you're in your test. You're starting to freak out. That is totally normal, but you will get through this. You'll be fine. This is just an extra wrench thrown into the gears.
It's a greener green card.
It's a greener green card. And the thing is that this is still a test. If you were ever in actual danger, they would absolutely pull you up. But yeah, the body is freaking out, and that's totally normal.
So hang in there.
Hang in there,
man. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah, bring it all back. Just that sound in the background while he's starting to panic here. Okay, for a second I was like, we're really going into the recap here. But okay.
I like that, though.
Nice.
Especially the stuff with seeing everything back in space, because we know that happened, but like...
Right. But that means this is the episode where he beats it.
Right, yeah, exactly. This is the episode where he beats it, and that has been his present reality, right? Yeah. It was a long time ago for us. It wasn't for him, right? No. He's been constantly reliving it. Yeah.
It's a piece of cake.
That's right. You bet it is. Okay. All right.
I don't need my heart.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll come and give you a little tap on the back. Mm-hmm. All right, pull out the mirror. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. He just needed to look at Appos.
All right, he's calmed back down.
It slowed a bit. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it was at like
a shit ton. It was at like 150. Yeah.
CO2 センサー異常の警告を日々のヘルメットスクリーンに表示させろ。いいんですか? いいからやれ.
What if Gates is like, that's it? He can go back to space because he sees like, oh, and he handled that just fine. So there's no point in having this test here.
Right.
That would be nuts.
彼らが室長に話があると。
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the others.
Yeah.
よし、警告表示が消えた。しばらく様子を見てから再度船外に出るよ。
Good stuff.
Nice.
Simulated, fake warning, but now solved it by proper procedure.
And he will finish the things that he was supposed to for the test.
He also had no shaky hands so that he didn't have this really like difficult, thing that... Yeah!
ハディ
豆なむったから事細かに事情を聞いてな。今日のこの試験には俺の隣に美女がいる。
ハロー、ヒビト。レディとリンダは海外出張中だから今日は来られなかったけど。
But the rest of us came.
Yeah.
人の試験が無事に成功するように祈ってるって。二人とも遠くで応援してくれてるわよ。
That's right.
You literally have support all over the world. Yeah.
この試験はヒビト君にプレッシャーを与えて発作の運。
That was the pressure.
It did happen.
彼らの言い分を聞いて少し考えを変えました。
Oh.
なんか
Doing just
懐か
fine.
しい感じだ。
Yeah.
Nice.
このまま太陽電池パネルのサンフラワーちゃんの方へ向かって。
Yeah, this will make him really think that he's back on the moon, but then also have it be a positive association.
Yeah. Someone's coming down with you.
基本的に
Yeah.
パートナーと二人でやるもんだ。
Oh, Gideon! Yeah! Okay.
ダミアン。
Oh.
当たり前だ。
How indeed.
さあ、始めよう、日々と。この月面なら落っこちる可能性もないし。
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
これは何のための試験なのか。 日々とを試すためなのか、救うためなのか。
Cool. Wow. No, that's good. How to help Hibito.
プレッシャーや恐怖心に打ち勝たせようとするのではなく。
Oh, the intermingling steps. Yeah.
幸せだった時のことを思い出させ。
And that can overwrite the feeling of being on the moon being this nightmare. And yeah.
同じクルーである彼らなりの日々との救い方です。
That's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Immediately pulls out his phone.
Ooh. If you drive like a certain bold gentleman, you know, maybe you could also get there.
No.
Who are you? Embarrassing? What? Muta says you're talking about.
南波くん
Hey! Wow!
元気この食欲を見てよほら
あ、セリカちゃんもすぐ来るよ。
Oh.
Nice. Oh!
いただきます
Nice, and yes, and sit across from Kitamura, so you're guaranteed to sit next to Serika. Yes.
兄弟なんて普段はさ遠くから見守るくらいがちょうどいいんだよ。
なるほど。
She doesn't.
Like, okay, sure.
That's a choice, I suppose.
私さっき聞いたもん。試験は40分。
I wonder why that was. Yeah.
Interesting.
なちゃんの耳は聖徳太子並みだからね。噂話は入ってくん
So
だ
you
よね。
could still go.
延長
If it's extended, that means it's at least not a very bad
す
thing.
れば
You
まだ間
know?
に合うよ。
そうだね
It could be a bad thing.
なんつうか弟のために走る兄というのは
What? Yes, say that out loud.
かっこいいですよね。
え
Oh.
Yeah.
かっこいいですよ。そういうの。
All right. Yeah, of course.
行ってきます
All right. Let's go.
It's
Let's
45
go.
minutes. You don't need to sprint.
Yeah, like how far is it?
Like it's probably like a mile away. Like
Yeah. Oh no, but remember they were going a kilometer an hour in the in the desert training.
that makes sense. Sand dunes and everything, but
Yeah.
靴にコネクターを結合してくれ。
了解
they've been here a bit.
ロナルド、あの事故で受けた障害を乗り越えられず、
Yep.
お前は私の前から去った。
Yeah, and now you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
closure for this thing as well. Get to be able to help someone else beat it. Yeah.
With a smile on his face.
Uh-huh.
それにしても日々と君は心拍数が高いままだね。
That's excitement.
正常値ではないような。
But it's stable.
問題ありません。
They are measuring other things too, right?
Yeah.
月にいた時もずっとこんなもんでしたよ。
Yeah.
Yeah.
軽い興奮状態です。
Yep.
Yep.
Ah!
That's right.
Because he's having the time of his life.
日々との復帰を願ってるのは日々とだけじゃないんだ
That's right.
That's huge. You need to take that in.
どうだ本当にそうだどれだけの人が
You isolating yourself doesn't help
Right.
anything. Ugh. Yeah. There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least,
That's right.
this ugly mug right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the little like squiggle in the smile.
見事に機材が落ちてんぞ
I gotta jump. Do a little
Yeah.
yay.
俺は
Yeah. Yeah.
宇宙飛行士
Yeah! Every time they'd use this bit in the song.
Yep. It
just-
always hits so good.
サミー外
Oh!
Keep that heart rate pumping.
おうヒビト、お疲れさん。
Uh-huh.
とっさとが出なかったか。
Don't you dare leave and walk away.
Sure, ヒビト。俺の横っ腹返せ。
Lazy ass.
What did Serika say?
Not cool. Not cool, Muta.
Yeah.
It's not about you watching the test happen. It's
Right.
about you then going to him
Yeah.
and saying, congratulations, good
What's
job.
it? Who are we doing this for? Your own nerves so that you can see him complete it? Or for him to show your support? He did it.
He did it.
He being Hibito, because Muta, god damn it. But, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Hibito succeeding here was a foregone conclusion story-wise.
Yep.
But in terms of it being something where the parameters of everything shifted to, you know, what we need is not just to induce similar-ish circumstances to
Right.
what happened before. If anything, Gates is kind of bringing up an interesting point in that, yeah, there's not really any value to this because, you know, it just... It just shows that he knows it's a test and there's going to be something going on and it
Right.
makes
Yep.
his heart rate go up. Cool. And he overcomes it, whatever. But actually, I don't even know if he could have predicted this, in that what you want is to maybe have the moon experience that he views as this terrifying, panic-inducing thing
Yep.
as a good thing. And
Right.
really, who could do that but his old astronaut buddies? And so we actually have them all here.
And-
And the idea that Damien, specifically the one that saved his life, is also then here with him to overwrite the memories
Yep.
of Damon being someone that was, dying, and he,
Right.
he's
here,
killed
he's
himself
alive.
basically to save his life. It's, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to hit you right in the heart. And you know what? There you
And
go.
regardless of whether or not I, trust Gates's internals, I do think the fact that we got effectively both of get him to face a panic attack while in an environment that is as similar as possible, and then also go through it with friends, I think that was kind of the best option, because then it's the, all right, cool.
Sure.
You can face the fear, right? And because this is a test, once that happens, there's a reason why we didn't have the green card be something like that originally, because once you do that, the very thing that he's supposed to do is stop the test, right?
Yep.
And so, okay, good job. You
There
did
it
that.
is.
You went into the airlock. You did the whole thing. All right, great. But we still want to go through the test just to make sure that we can...
Still would like to.
to show all the people that are here watching that you are good. Like you are, you can do
no
this, right?
issues here, yeah.
And so his friends show up and it's the, all right, let's take it again from the top. Good job. You handled the, bad situation.
Right.
Now let's go through the blue milk run, right?
Yeah.
But oh man, that was so sweet. I love the idea that they showed up. I like to think that Damien got here after just completing a bunch of driver safety training. But and that was his equivalent, right? Like Hibito had to prove that he could not have a panic attack.
We'll put a HUD-based lanes on the moon.
He is the person that does something and it's we changed our entire procedure and structure and technology for how we do this specifically because of this guy.
Yeah. The ineptitude of one leading to the crippling, trauma of another is apt in that, hey, there were real consequences to it. And we have just now, at episode 91, resolved it. And had our first real step of progress of okay, there should not be any real, crippling issues from here on out. Hibito will probably still have panic attacks every once in a while.
Yeah.
But they won't be things that make him incapable of moving forward.
Right.
They might make him not the best astronaut in the world anymore, where he's not doing superstar stuff, but they maybe bring him on, every 3 moon missions or something like that.
I'm guessing he'll basically just keep some anxiety meds on him just in case.
Honestly, yeah.
You know? Right?
Like, genuinely, yeah.
Like,
That's probably about it.
That's basically it, right?
Yeah.
And now, granted, that's not necessarily going to be something that you can take while you're in a spacesuit, but
I was gonna say,
for your daily life of just going around, that's
it would be
you
interesting.
do that and there you go.
It'd be interesting to find out actually, in terms of just how long space programs and stuff have existed around the world at this point.
Yeah.
How many astronauts are on antidepressants or anti-anxiety meds because of how much time you spend in isolation, in environments that are very stressful.
Sure.
And whether or not actually certain medication is even allowed or not. Because I'm guessing some of the side effects are the kinds of things that you definitely like don't want to have for some of these things. And then for some of them that are like way tamer or way safer.
Right.
Like it's like
or things that you have to take them consistently for a decent amount of time before they start to be effective. Like
sure. Or they needed to be tested in like zero gravity conditions to where it's like the effects of like loss of equilibrium are like extreme if you're in an environment where your equilibrium just doesn't exist. You're just like, woo, I just do everything.
And the thing is, that's just with the space missions that they are actively on.
Right.
Can you imagine how soul-crushing it would be to be like, I've been an astronaut for 10 years and I haven't been to space or something like that. You know, right?
That
like,
probably is actually the average astronaut, honestly.
And that's probably
the average astronaut.
That's probably where they really need the antidepressants. It's fine, it's okay. Keep going.
They're like, but I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
doing.
It's the
purposelessness feeling. Where it's like, yes, you're helping the next, generation, basically.
Right.
But it's like maybe you had your one shot and that's it. I honestly think that's comparable to what most athletes feel like. Is that
they're either on top of the world or they're...
Let's assume they don't make buco bucks or what have
you.
They end up basically having that point where they could have had their crazy shot.
Right.
And then they go and teach, basically.
Yeah,
But they don't get to maybe do the sport anymore because of an injury or because of some kind of thing. They probably have to have a lot of, I would just say therapy, just to be able to be like, that thing that you probably would live to do, like, just, you wouldn't need anything else in life.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can teach other people that. You can teach about safety in that, and it's like, damn it.
Or let's say they do well enough that they are able to make a living from it, but it is not the buku bucks kind of living. It's the like, all right, this is, a job effectively, but then, it's the, but I was shooting for the stars.
But in that respect, I don't think that really applies as much because when you're doing the thing that you really like if it's your thing, you probably don't care.
Yeah, you probably don't care.
You probably don't care as much.
Yeah.
Because then, you just find other means to solve the, money issue.
Right.
And you just do both. But, oh my gosh, I'm very glad that this was done so simply. They have not confirmed specifically, though, that Hibito is going to go on the very next space mission.
That's true.
But with the stuff that they had Butler thinking of with regards to his old friend who was forced to quit, or in some ways chose to quit
because
he did not feel like he could cut it and take it going through this here. This was his way of kind of helping that friend out after all these years.
And I fully believe that Butler ended up basically... Well, no, maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe it would have been insensitive or something. But to have told about Hibito's specific struggles or something, But maybe he would have just been like, "Hey, man, thinking about you" or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But the fact that Muta is not actually going on the next space mission, but he is the backup for the next space mission, does make me feel more like confident that they will be able to go on a mission together because it's not. The coming mission, it's the one after that, probably.
Sure. In some respect, that's, I was not meaning the next, literal next space mission. I was meaning the next available one being a moon one. But yeah, that means that there's most likely not going to be, double moon missions in the next year or so.
Sure.
They probably do these like once every, 1 to 5 years.
I would not be surprised if we ended up having a significant time skip in the next
half dozen episodes
where it's it doesn't have to be like so that the very last episode is, okay, we've skipped, 8 years or something and they're going to the moon together.
It could be, though.
It could be. But, it could also be like a couple episodes before that. That way we can see the mission and, whatnot. Or
Sure. I think that if the series ends with them literally standing on the moon together, I'm fine with that too. I don't need to see the reason why they're on the space mission.
Sure. The details of how it works and all that.
It would be nice if they're there to help construct the satellite.
Right.
Not satellite, the
telescope.
The telescope, yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways,
But
Muta's conflict is kind of done because he's got his spot on the mission.
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time. And with this, Hibito has absolutely
Also
resolved
a matter
his
of
conflict.
time.
Yeah, it's a matter of time kind of a thing. So, yeah.
So they could have a time skip, honestly, in the next 2 episodes.
Honestly, I feel like the big conflict point moving forward is just Sharon.
Sharon, I think, will pass away before the series is over.
Yes,
I think
I
it'll
think
be
so
very
too.
sad. I think it'll be heart-wrenching.
Yep.
I think we will have probably a little bit of a conflict regarding Hibito and Muta needing to basically kind of grow as brothers, no longer being separated by their gap in their progression with regards to being astronauts, but being locked in together as astronauts, and then kind of helping each other out. And then we can have some more kind of wholesome scenes with them kind of getting prepped together.
I would definitely love to see the slice of life prep time of Hibito and Muta as peers.
Yeah, as peers would just be
doing
really,
the moon
really
training.
good.
That would be awesome. I think we will end up having Sharon see them on the moon together, even if she's
if
in
it's a photo or something.
Sure, yeah, or a broadcast or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be live, but even if she's in full Stephen Hawking chair, right? Before she actually passes, she will see them there.
I think she's gonna be bedridden at this point with where they were last showing her. I don't know. Opening her eyes might literally be too hard almost at some point.
That is a definite possibility.
That's a scary thing, is that everything with regards to her body's muscles and ability to control them and all that, it's gonna get really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh man. But I'm so glad that this ended very positively.
Yes.
And then Muta's dumbass having to get a pep talk from the conveniently placed Kitamura and Serika, who then say nah, that's cool, and then he runs,
and then he doesn't fucking do it.
Well, again, the other thing of so he wasted the time of the 15 minutes. So let's assume that it got cut from basically having 15 minutes until it was done to 30 minutes, if it was about the time that it was already over.
Sure.
And then she's like, well, no, it was extended by 45 minutes. So then it's okay, cool. So was it 45 minutes additionally from there? Because Muta, how far were you sprinting that you got there 45 minutes after it's going? And then also, whatever, he doesn't actually show up and just wave or be thumbs up, being that dorky ass self that he is.
Yeah, I know.
It just seemed like one of those. Wait, what was the point of this? What was the point?
Okay, okay, all right.
The point is that he's just saying, I'm just glad, obviously, that he did it.
So
I knew he was going to do it, but,
The thing that they're going for is the, guys can't have emotions kind of a thing.
So fucking stupid.
Which, the fact that they addressed it from Serika made me think that they were doing it as no, it makes sense that Muta would be a little clogged up like this, and then he gets over it.
Or it's he just gets some toxic, whatever, just injected out of him.
Right.
Because Serika's no, that's actually really cool. That kind of positivity and it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they end up doing is they're still going for something, right? Of the Muta realizing and accepting that it was his own nerves that he was worried about his brother, right?
Right.
And that he wanted to actually see it for his own peace of mind and everything.
Yeah.
Totally. Cool. Okay, you did it. But,
The other part,
But the other part,
the part that Serika was actually talking about.
Arguably the much bigger part that I would think that Muta was already thinking about, because it's the I want to show support. I mean, I guess Muta was shown to be very anxious about it. Sure. But
Sure.
but it's
Totally
also
get
the
that.
but it's also the like you have had the parents that when you do the big thing and you're like, shit, I'm an astronaut, and they're like, oh, so does that mean you'll be like paying rent now? You know, like you've been dealing with that kind of shit, so you know it sucks, right? So why is it that when you have the opportunity to basically be there for your brother in that kind of way, you don't?
You don't.
Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think that I keep thinking every once in a while that Space Brothers is like this really old, like, piece of media every once in a while, and I'm reminded that it's like, no, it's in the 2010s. It's not that old.
Right.
It's just
yeah.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
dumb at times.
Right.
It's just parts where it's like, yeah.
God damn it.
Would it be cool though if I did that?
Right.
No, it wouldn't be cool.
And
if
here's
I
the
did
other thing.
that.
We already kind of had this addressed with Hibito of him not telling Muta about the fact that he was going through all of this, right? And it seemed like the, okay, we gotta have stupid machismo bravado or whatever about it. No, that was actually the big conflict point and the thing that he wasn't addressing or facing, and that's why he couldn't actually do it, right? So then he does it, right? He makes the progress, he learns the lesson, he does the thing, he tells his brother, right? He is emotionally vulnerable, right?
Right.
And then Muta, we have the same thing happen just a couple episodes later, and he doesn't. And he even baits out that he's going to learn the lesson, and he doesn't. I guess Serika only gives him, 30 minutes of courage.
Maybe. But I was going to say, maybe the thing with it is that he was not thinking at all about how he could affirm his brother here. And this is the part that Muta maybe has not fully learned yet.
Okay.
Is that actually, from the beginning of the show, what was Muta's biggest problem? What was his biggest problem?
His own self-doubt and lack of confidence.
No. He was actually constantly needling and poking and observing and being critical of all the flaws and all the things he sees wrong. So, the idea of doing the exact opposite and congratulating and affirming and doing that off of a completely unprompted thing is like, it just doesn't come to him as often. Like,
I guess.
It came at the moment when his brother came back from the fucking moon, of course.
Yeah.
But here, you know...
No, see, but it's still that whole thing of mental health doesn't exist, and so therefore... He didn't pass a test. It's just a routine thing. Of course he did.
Yeah, this doesn't matter.
It's a little thing, but it's like, oh, come on. Nitpicky. Like, you were right there. You set it up. You teed it up, and then you put it back down.
I just thought the emotions of the episode swept up you as well, Muta, and you also were wanting to just go over and hug the damn lad. But you know what?
Okay, I definitely...
You do you, King.
I definitely have had my partner be incredulous to me of like, wait, this is the lack of communication. Like, you don't know what's going on with your siblings and things like that.
Well, that's an entirely different thing.
That's an entirely
different thing. It's the difference between being encouraging versus being like, I'm just checking in to see you're alive. You're alive. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And no, you don't want to say like, "Hey, good job at your, your swim meet or what have you."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. What's the average like? Yeah. Just
like,
hey, good job.
Go up and give him a noogie or something, right? Like,
or
I don't know.
Hey, you lie and say text. I heard you did well on your test. Great job. You know.
Right.
Maybe that's literally what the next episode's going to open up with.
No,
you know what? Let's just move on. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel, see if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.